great to see you once again on Kababayan LA.
Thank you for having me.
And you know what that means, guys? When you see Alan here, we're talking about fashion. You know, it's unusual to have a guy talk about fashion, but really, it's up in your alley because you're talking about men's fashion, correct?
Yes, specifically for men 5'8" and under.
And because that is your specialty, your dad started a company many years ago, and it's thriving. You've dressed some of the Hollywood stars.
Yes.
Why is it important to address that market? Men that are 5'8" or 5'6" and shorter?
5'8".
5'8" and shorter.
Well, mainly because nobody else is doing it. Everyone's so focused on big and tall, but who's taking care of guys like us? You know?
And when you say that, we're essentially saying that short men can also dress tall.
Yes.
And we've talked about different things here on the show with you, talking about, you know, how to dress for a job interview, how to dress for the prom, some formal occasions. But, you know, it's spring. People talk about spring cleaning.
Right.
People think that it's time to clean the closet. How important is it for short men also to clean their closet, and how often should it be?
I like telling people to clean it up every season. If there's something that's, you know, is oversized, it's time to let it go because it really isn't very flattering anyway. So you should look at every season, lighter colors for spring and summer, darker colors for the fall and winter.
And when you say oversized, that caught me, you know. When you say oversized, it doesn't flatter you anymore, throw it away. But some people say if it's not on trend anymore, you should also throw it away. What are your thoughts on that?
I think so, but if you find something that fits and it's not on trend, you should still keep it because it'll eventually come back around.
Right. And you're saying that, you know, shorter men, it's difficult as it is to find something that makes you feel good or fits you, then you should definitely keep those pieces, right?
Yes, I think so.
Nonetheless, there are trends, and like you said, even if they go like circle, it's always in a cycle. They always come back. They're here. What are the trends right now for spring 2012?
Well, the trends that we like are monochromatic colors, lots of great gray tones and blue tones. I'm really liking some of the great bright colors that are coming out. And I think a lot of them will be flattering for shorter men, too.
And we're showing bullet points right now on TV, the vest, the unconstructed jacket, and the bright colors. Let's first take a look at model number 1. Hello, and welcome to the show. Okay, what's he wearing and why is it working?
Now, we're going with monochromatic. He's wearing gray with gray jeans. He's popping with a little bit of color with the coral polo shirt, but he's not wearing something oversized. This is an unconstructed jacket, but in a trim fit. You can see the little bit of striping to help elongate his body, and you can also see that same striping with the jeans. You see the coloration
Oh, okay.
there.
So it's always vertical, the stripe. When you say unconstructed jacket, what is that? What does that mean?
That means there's no shoulder padding. It's not so fitted that it looks rigid. You can see it looks really soft, and that's kind of the look we want to do for spring.
And the collar on his shirt is popped up. Is that still? I know there was a time years ago when my friends would always go to the club with that, but is that still something that people do now?
It's coming back. Preppy 80s looks. This is very similar to some of the looks we've done on the show Revenge. It's all very preppy, and you're going to see a lot more of it.
And I like the color as well. It pops out too.
Yes.
And still, always belt and shoes should match.
Yes, definitely.
That's the #1 rule. You can't break that rule.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't break that rule.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's take a look at model number 2. Josh is here. You mentioned earlier about the monochromatic look, and I think this is also it because I see a lot of blues.
Yes, one of the big trends for this spring are bright blues, and grays are still strong, and here we're combining both of them together and in layers that fit. You notice nothing is oversized on him. We're showing a nice gray vest. We're still doing stripes with the shirt, and we're kind of mixing it up with a polo. But as you can see, if you're going to wear a little bit of contrast, brighter color always on top, darker color on the bottom.
And I like the vest.
Yes.
All right. When you're wearing your shirt untucked, it can make you look shorter. But this, Josh looks tall too. What's the proper length for the shirt?
If you're going to wear it untucked, you want to make sure it doesn't go below your seats. Because what happens is when it's too long, it makes your legs look short, and then in the end, you look short.
And this is a good way of layering as well, because you keep warm, especially with, you know, LA weather. It's not too cold, but then at the same time, you're not wearing a sweater because sweaters sometimes can drown us, correct?
Yeah, and when you layer like this, if you decide it's a little too much and you're warm, you can always take one of the layers off and leave it in the car.
Right, perfect. So there you have it, guys. Trends for men this season: vest, unconstructed jacket, and bright colors. But there are other trends. So boxy pants, oversized sweaters. We're going to be talking about that. And apparently, Alan is also saying just because it's trending doesn't mean you have to follow.
Exactly.
All right. We'll explain that when we return on the show. Don't go away.